everyone. Welcome to SDSL Publishing. This channel is about deep dives into music, pop culture, and visual media. From album reviews and industry drama to films and television shows, I cover it all. If you love music, entertainment, and in-depth commentary, you're in the right place. If you're new here, I'm Tony, and I review music, entertainment, and visual media. If you love deep dives into albums, industry drama, and pop culture breakdowns, make sure to like and subscribe. We also have a Substack where we post written reviews. Find us at SDSL Publishing across all platforms. Hi all. Today we're breaking down the battle of the back-to-school denim. American Eagle released a campaign starring Sydney Sweeney, which led to controversy and outrage, while Gap released one with KATSEYE, which seems to be doing well. Let's get into it. We'll start with American Eagle, since their campaign came out first. But before diving into the ads, here's a little background on Sydney Sweeney. She's an actress from Spokane, Washington, born on September 12, 1997. She began acting in her teens and rose to prominence with her role in the show Everything Sucks, but became a household name after her breakout role in the HBO hit show Euphoria as Cassie. She also had roles in The Handmaid's Tale, Sharp Objects, and The White Lotus. On top of TV, she's appeared in many films and is also a producer. Given her massive popularity, mainstream appeal, and status, it makes sense why American Eagle chose her. She's beautiful, recognizable, and has a strong social media presence, all things brands look for when targeting a younger audience. On paper, the partnership should have worked, but in practice, the execution completely missed the mark. The Sydney Sweeney campaign ended up being awkward, confusing, and kind of a flop. The commercials are lit strangely, she looks yellow, and the odd coloring does nothing for the jeans. The contrast is bright, but the strange hue washes out both Sweeney and the denim. To make matters worse, the jeans themselves were ill-fitting and didn't flatter her at all. She also referenced Brooke Shields' iconic Calvin Klein commercial, which I thought was in poor taste, and her delivery came off awkward and forced. Instead of feeling playful or charming, the whole thing felt stiff. She tries to lean into sexualization and pandering, but it just doesn't land. The voiceover only made things worse. A random male voice keeps saying Sydney Sweeney has great jeans, which feels out of place and oddly dated. Meanwhile, Sweeney moves awkwardly, which is ironic since she talks about how comfortable the jeans are. The denim itself flaps around and almost looks like a diaper, which makes it extra strange when she claims her but looks great. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. The commercial ends with her randomly getting in a white car and driving away while the voiceover repeats, Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. This left me wondering, who exactly is this campaign for? The main audience seems to be people who just find her attractive, but every time I walk by an Aerie or American Eagle, it's full of teenagers and young women. And like I mentioned, this is back-to-school season. Why not focus on the teens like Gap did? More importantly, what does this have to do with her brand? I've never thought of Sweeney as synonymous with denim, so the connection feels forced. If they wanted to pander, they could have done it in a way that actually made sense. Visually, the campaign isn't offensive, but it doesn't make me want to buy the product either. It's bland. Sweeney stands in front of a tan backdrop in jeans, a t-shirt, and a tank top, but the clothes don't fit well and come across as unflattering. She's a beautiful woman, but American Eagle dropped the ball on both the styling and the overall aesthetic. Then there's the controversy. Many people jumped to the conclusion that this was a MAGA dog whistle, partly because of the patriotic styling and the awkward great jeans slogan, and called it insensitive given the current political climate. Personally, I don't think that was intentional, but rather the result of poor planning. It feels like they wanted to recreate the buzz of Shields' Calvin Klein campaign, which worked in its time, but they didn't update the concept for today. The great jeans line could have landed if the jeans were actually flattering and if the celebrity had a genuine link to denim culture. To see how it could have worked, just look at her Fendi collaboration from a few years ago. That made perfect sense. She's known for her bust, and the campaign highlighted her strengths in a way that resonated with both her fans and the male audience she often plays to. It was polished, effective, and well-received. This isn't the first time Sweeney has stumbled in her branding. A few months ago, she caught backlash for releasing a bathwater soap. I didn't care much about it, but again, her awkwardness makes attempts at capitalizing on her sexualization feel cringe instead of clever. This campaign has the same problem. The delivery feels off, the vibe is strange, and she doesn't come across as charming. That said, she has moved past controversies before, and I think she'll do the same here. Hopefully, her team can land her stronger deals that actually play to her strengths in the future. Now that we've covered American Eagle, let's get into KATSEYE. For a little background, KATSEYE is a 6-member global girl group formed in 2023 through the Hybe and Geffen Records project The Debut, Dream Academy. The members are Daniela, Lara, Manon, Sophia, Yoonchai, and Megan. They come from different countries and were chosen to represent a new generation of international pop stars. They have been steadily building a young, passionate fan base, especially among teens and young women, and recently gained traction with the success of their song Gnarly. On top of music, they've been making waves in fashion, so this Gap collab makes perfect sense, especially during back-to-school season. Gap's new commercial with KATSEYE is going viral, and unlike AE's awkward execution, this one actually lands. The spot features the group dancing to Khaleesi's iconic Milkshake while styled head-to-toe in denim. Each member has a look that is trendy, flattering, and versatile, the kind of outfits that make you immediately think, I could wear that. The energy is fun, the product looks good, and most importantly, the jeans actually look worth buying. The song choice deserves credit too. Milkshake is instantly recognizable, playful, and matches the ad's energy perfectly. It even reminded me of their Touch video, stylish, dance-heavy, and exactly in line with what KATSEYE has been branding themselves as. For months, clips of them dancing have been going viral, and Gap smartly leaned into that momentum. It feels very natural to their image. Compare that to their collab with American Eagle last year. It was not bad, but it did not have the same spark. Gap just did a better job of highlighting who KATSEYE is right now. Another big reason this campaign works is the movement. The group dances in denim that is loose enough for choreography but still flattering, showing comfort and style at the same time. That is the perfect back-to-school message. Jeans that look good but can also keep up with your day. It hits both the practical side, they are comfortable, and the aspirational side, they are cool and stylish. What stood out to me most is how happy and energized the group looks. The members radiate joy while moving, and that makes the product look appealing. At the end of the commercial, I genuinely wanted to buy the jeans, which is the whole point. Compared to Sweeney's moody, awkward vibe, this campaign feels vibrant, smart, and tailored exactly to its target audience. Gap not only showcased their denim in a flattering way, but also tapped into KATSEYE's rising brand at just the right time. It is a rare example of a fashion collab that does not just use the celebrity for clout, it actually understands the group, their appeal, and their audience. So in the end, it really does feel like a tale of two campaigns. American Eagle had all the right ingredients on paper with Sydney Sweeney, but the execution fell flat and left people confused more than inspired. Gap, on the other hand, leaned into KATSEYE's strengths and delivered something that felt authentic, fun, and actually made people want to buy the product. That is the difference between just attaching a celebrity to your brand and creating a partnership that makes sense for both sides. Back-to-school season is always a big moment for denim, and this year Gap clearly came out on top. KATSEYE brought the energy, the styling worked, and the ad clicked with the exact audience it was meant for. It is a reminder that when a brand understands its talent and its consumer, the results can be powerful. Thanks for watching.